Hello and welcome back to the Curious Kid podcast. Olivia and Noah have a lot of things in common, of course, because they're siblings. There are also many differences between them. For example, if Olivia tells me that she's in pain, I always take it at face value. What I mean is that I trust that she's really hurt and that she's not exaggerating. Noah is a whole different story. Olivia could be passing by Noah in our house, and Olivia might brush against Noah's arm ever so slightly, and Noah might fall on the floor holding his arm like he's seriously hurt. Maybe he learned that move from all the soccer he watches. I'm not sure. I've told him that pretending to be hurt, or even pretending to be hurt more than you really are, could backfire if one day Noah gets really hurt and people just think he's faking it. Are you more like Olivia or more like Noah? Do you tend to say you're hurt only when you're really hurt? Or do you sometimes pretend to be more hurt than you really are? Maybe to get some attention or some sympathy. Well, when it comes to being hurt and feeling pain, different people experience pain in so many different ways. There is so much to learn.
Mailbag!
Mailbag! Hi, Curious Kids. My name is Inara, and I love your podcast. I'm 6.5 years old, and I like the part when Noah tells listeners 5 facts. I'm curious about pain. Inara from New York City.
Thanks for that fantastic suggestion, Inara. We are so excited to learn all about pain for you this week.
Pain is really important. It tells us when something's wrong, helps us stay safe, and even helps things heal. Olivia, why don't you share the crazy question of the week?
There is an entomologist by the name of Justin Schmidt. An entomologist is someone who studies insects. He created something called the Schmidt Sting Pain Index. He wanted to rate how painful insect stings are, so he let a bunch of different insects sting him. And he rated all the stings from 1 for least painful to 4 for most painful. All you have to do is guess which of the following insects was awarded a 4 out of 4 on the pain index with a super painful sting. You have 4 options to choose from: western yellow jacket, bullet ant, western honeybee, and paper wasp.
I just want to make sure you got all the options before we move on. Which insect has the most painful sting? Western yellow jacket, bullet ant, western honeybee, or paper wasp? Alright, while you're thinking, let's learn what pain is, how it works, why it sometimes sticks around too long, and how we can manage it. Let's begin the journey from ouch to ah. First up, let's dig into how our bodies detect pain. It might sound off, but pain isn't just in your finger or knee. It lives in your brain.
That's because the pain message travels through your nerves like an urgent text. It starts with special sensors called nociceptors that live in your skin, muscles, joints, and even your organs. When something threatening happens, they fire off signals fast.
Your spinal cord channels that message to dedicated regions in your brain, areas that interpret it as pain, startle you, and decide how you respond. That's why, if you burn your hand, it's not just the burn that hurts. It's your brain realizing, this is dangerous. Do something now.
So pain is basically your brain's emergency alert system. But here's something fascinating. You can be bleeding and not feel it until seconds or even a minute later, because your brain prioritizes where to focus. If you're distracted, you may not notice right away.
Exactly. And sometimes you feel pain after the threat is gone. It's like that old alarm won't shut off.
And that's when things get tricky, especially if pain never stops long after the injury heals.
Let's define those 2 pain habits. Acute pain is the quick kind, like stubbing your toe or getting a paper cut. It teaches you to withdraw, protect the area, and heal.
It's like that sharp sense of pain you get when you touch something hot.
Right, usually short-lived and purposeful. But chronic pain sticks around for weeks, months, even years, long after the injury has healed.
Sometimes it feels like a constant background noise you can't turn off. It's not just annoying. It can make doing everyday things harder.
Chronic pain rewires the nervous system. Your brain becomes hypersensitive, like the volume is stuck on loud. Things that shouldn't hurt do, and minor triggers even turn nasty.
That's when doctors recommend not just medicine, but tools to manage nerves, stress, and energy, as well as movement. Pain isn't just physical, it's mental too. Emotional stress, anxiety, even past experiences can change how strongly you feel pain.
True. Imagine touching something sharp. If you're calm, your brain may send just a mild alert. But if you're stressed or imagining worse, that message intensifies. Pain becomes a collection of senses, thoughts, and feelings.
That's why meditation and mindful breathing can help. They calm the mental side so it doesn't amplify everything.
A helpful trick is to shift your focus. Maybe you can try watching a funny video, chatting with a friend, or my personal favorite, listening to music you enjoy. That engages different brain circuits, and suddenly, pain fades from center stage.
The body uses lots of awesome powers to fight pain. There are endorphins, which are like internal peacekeepers.
During exercise or laughter, your body releases endorphins, which are chemicals that bind to pain receptors and work like medicine to reduce pain. If you've ever heard of a runner's high, it's an amazing feeling runners experience that endorphins are responsible for.
That explains why tough workouts can feel so rewarding, and even a good belly laugh makes you feel so much better.
Laughter lowers the stress hormone cortisol and increases endorphins. That's basically nature's mood lifter.
Plus, heat, cold packs, splints, exercise, they all tap into different systems to interrupt pain signals and activate healing.
Some people deal with conditions like migraines, fibromyalgia, and arthritis that come with stubborn pain that's hard to fully cure. This kind of pain can also be called chronic pain.
It's not just for older people. Teenagers can get migraines too. When your head pounds, it can make things like school and sports tough.
Chronic conditions need layered care, so not just medicine, but also things like exercise and maybe counseling as well. A great way to manage it is pacing yourself, doing a little, resting, and mixing in gentle activity with relaxation.
Pain clinics also help people with chronic pain learn to live better with the pain they can't fully remove.
Before Noah joins us for 5 incredible facts, let's briefly discuss some common pains that people experience, starting with headaches. A headache is your brain saying, "Whoa, something's off up here." But fun fact, your brain doesn't actually feel pain. It's the nerves and blood vessels around your brain that are causing the pain. Tension headaches happen when you're stressed or tired. The muscles in your head and neck get tight, and that sends pain signals. Migraine headaches are stronger and can come with nausea or sensitivity to light and sound. Scientists think these happen when the brain's chemical messages go a little bonkers. Water, rest, quiet time, or medicine can help relieve headaches.
Tummy aches can happen for a bunch of different reasons. Maybe you ate too fast, had too much sugar, or caught a stomach bug. There are tons of nerves in your belly. Your gut has its own mini brain called the enteric nervous system that sends messages to your actual brain when things feel weird. Rest, warmth, going to the bathroom, or drinking some water are common cures for a tummy ache.
Toothaches happen when there's a problem with your teeth or gums, like a cavity, a loose tooth, or even something stuck in there like popcorn. The nerves inside your teeth are super sensitive, and they don't like being poked or exposed. That's why even a small cavity can feel like a big deal. Brushing gently, flossing, or visiting the dentist can help relieve toothaches.
Some kids feel pain in their legs or arms at night. That's called growing pains. Even though it's not really your bones growing too fast, it's more like your muscles and ligaments are sore from being super active all day. You ran, climbed, jumped, and spun around, so your legs are asking you to chill for a second. For a ton of facts about growing pains, go back and listen to a full episode we did on growing pains. Stretching, warm baths, or even a gentle leg rub can help relieve growing pains.
And we discussed injury pain like cuts or bruises a bit already. When you get an injury, your body sends white blood cells to fix it, which can make the area red or puffy. The pain keeps you from picking at it or using that part of the body too much while it heals. Cleaning the area or applying a bandage can help the healing cells of your body do their job and make you better.
Dad, never before have I had such an easy transition to Noah's 5 facts. Here's a little kid who can be a real pain in the neck when he wants to, and helpful treatments include telling him to knock it off or just walking away from him. Here, with 5 unbelievable facts you need to know about pain, is Noah. Take it away, Noah! Fact number 1. Some people are born without the ability to feel pain. This rare condition is called congenital insensitivity to pain, and while it sounds cool, it's actually dangerous. They might not notice when they break a bone or burn themselves. Fact number 2. Paper cuts hurt a lot because of nerves. Your fingers have tons of nerve endings. That tiny slice feels way worse than it looks. Fact number 3. Animals feel pain too. Dogs, cats, birds, elephants, even fish feel pain. Veterinarians are trained to help animals with pain just like doctors help people. Fact number 4. Ice works by stopping pain signals. When you put something cold on an injury, it slows down the nerves so fewer pain signals get through. Fact number 5. Pain travels fast in your body. The signals zip along nerves to your brain at about 200 miles per hour.
Well done, Noah! It's now time to answer the diabolical question of the week. While Noah might freak out and tell me that every flying insect he comes across, even a fly, is a bee that's destined to sting him, there is an entomologist that actually thought it was a good idea to let himself get bit by tons of super nasty insects. He then graded how painful the bites were, with 1 being the least painful and 4 being the most painful. Which of these 4 insects did he give a pain grade of 4 out of 4 to, making it the most painful bite of all the insects in the list? Western yellowjacket, bullet ant, western honeybee, or paper wasp?
He gave a pain rating of 4 to the bullet ant. After all, there's probably a reason why it's called the bullet ant in the first place. When asked to describe the pain of a bullet ant bite, he said it feels like pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with 3-inch nails stuck in your heel. That's absolute insanity. It's hard to imagine such a small insect causing so much pain.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's podcast number 322 on pain.
Great job, Olivia, and great job, Inara, for suggesting a podcast topic that we were able to research pain-free. If you have a topic you're curious about that we haven't covered yet, send an email to CuriousKidPodcast@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 856-425-2324. Fill out an episode topic suggestion form or leave your topic suggestion in a 5-star review. Join us next week when we will get curious about worms for listeners in Alabama, Hong Kong, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, and Canada. As always, thank you so much for listening and getting curious with us.